Time now for our weekly mental health check-in. This week, we're going to take a look at the rise in sports betting and its effects on mental health as we gear up for the Super Bowl this weekend.
Plus, if you're considering a cold plunge to boost your well-being, you might want to think again. We're going to explain why.
That is all over social media. Joining us now with more on this is psychotherapist Dr. Robi Ludwig. Dr. Ludwig, always great to see you. Let's start with the Super Bowl. So just days away, of course, from the big game, but it's coming at a time when the popularity of legal sports gambling is at an all-time high. And according to a legal sports report, Americans wagered nearly $150 billion on sports betting in 2024. Why are more and more people drawn to it, and how can people be careful this Sunday? What are those mental health impacts we should keep in mind?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, young boys specifically are being targeted. And it's through commercials, and it's been normalized, and legalized betting also makes it more accessible for young kids. It's on their phone, so they have easy access, and it's become kind of a bro culture kind of thing. The downside is it's a very dangerous addiction, and if it moves in that direction. They've also seen an increase in bankruptcy, and having a gambling addiction also can increase the likelihood of suicide attempts. So I would advise that people be very careful. It'd be great if these companies could have warning labels on it. I think we need to do some things, both business-wise and in our culture, to educate people as to the dangers of gambling if it goes too far.
Yeah, it's an issue we're just not paying enough attention to right now. It's growing so quickly. All right, let's talk about dating apps. We're 10 days away from Valentine's Day. So a new study published in the journal Science Direct found that while that may help people find love, these apps can be linked to poor body image, mental health, well-being, kind of like social media, I guess, right? Walk us through the study's findings.
So there was a study looking at self-esteem and body image connected to these apps. And what they found was because these dating apps are so image-centric, that it did increase worries about one's looks, body, and this also had an impact on mental health and self-esteem. So again, we don't know if the apps are causing these feelings, exacerbating it, or if there's some type of correlation. But I think most people know with dating, it can feel so judgmental. And one of our needs as human beings is to feel really loved for who we are. And we can't always get that through apps. So, you know, use, enjoy, but remember, apps are one way of meeting people, not the only way.
Great tip there. All right, before you go, we have seen growing popularity around people taking cold plunges or ice baths as a way to relieve stress, boost immunity, and, you know, there's all these purported benefits. But a new study found that the practice actually might not live up to the hype. Why is that?
Well, they found with this cold water immersion, in some cases, it can increase inflammation, which is not ideal. They also looked at some of the benefits were temporary and not necessarily long lasting. So there really needs to be more extensive research, better studies, more diversified studies in order to really have a better sense of whether cold water immersion works, and if so, who does it work best on and for.
All right, Dr. Robi Ludwig, that's actually good to hear because that is painful, and I did it once and I hated it. So now I feel less like I need to be doing it all the time.
Zero desire.
I'm waiting for the study.
Yeah. Thank you.